Hey, this is Christopher Harold again, and I'm going to share with you something right now that might strike a couple nerves, but I try to be honest and keep everything 100, as I say on my blog at 9forever100.com. But I believe the school systems are failing us, and I'm going to tell you why I believe the school systems are failing us. Now, before I get into that, now let me make this disclaimer. This is totally off the cuff. I haven't written down any script. It's just from my experience and from doing research on certain things to seeing, how the system is set up. And that's the first thing you need to realize, that everything has a system. There's a system in place here, and the school has a system in place here. Just like I'm talking about from grade level all the way up to your colleges and everything. There's a system set up in play, and of course, once you get into the college system, that's kind of built on the economic system, to be honest with you. But the reasons why schools are starting to fail, even at a grade school level, is because they're missing some key things. And then I realized, I said, well, Chris, why are they missing these key things? And I realized because what they're missing, no one is there to give it. Number one thing that they're missing in grade schools is financial intelligence or financial education. Let's put financial intel. The schools are missing financial intelligence, financial intel, financial IQ, financial education. You might have heard that before. And it's because of this. I can remember when I was in grade school, or it might have been, I think it was in grade school. When I say grade school, elementary school. I don't know if it was the fourth or fifth grade, but the only thing I remember is that they taught me how to write a check. That might have been in junior high, but I think it was in elementary school. The only thing financial-wise is what they taught me was how to write a check. And I didn't think nothing of it then because I didn't know. I'm here I am, a little kid in school. No big deal. But after getting older, and going through different things, working at various jobs and things like that, and then starting, different businesses, you start seeing things differently, educating yourself. But the school system fails in financial education because what do they teach you? Well, look at it. Once you get out of high school, what they teach you? They teach you how to get right in debt with student loans. So here you are. For example, you got people out there spending $100,000 minimum to go to a good 4-year college. 100 grand, 100 stacks to go to a 4-year college, and most of them don't have the money. Most of their parents don't have the money. If the child is not a standout athlete, they won't get a full ride scholarship. Or if they're not a standout academic student, they won't get a full ride scholarship. But even with those, those come with different things you still have to pay. But what I'm trying to say is that they're automatically putting you in debt at 18, 19, 20 years old. So by the time you finish up school, you're already in debt. And so there's no financial education. I remember in high school they taught you a little bit about economics and supply and demand, but that was pretty much it. This is in high school. They're supposed to be preparing you for the real world. Now, if you didn't want to go to college, right out, they'll have some vocational training, a trade school, but they never had anything to teach. There was nothing in place to teach you this number 2 thing. So there was no financial education. We understand that. But also there was nothing in place to teach you how to do what? How to be an entrepreneur. The school system had nothing in place to teach you how to be an entrepreneur. And then I thought about that. I said, they can't. How can they teach you something they don't know about? You know what I'm saying? You've been taught by employees. The teachers are employees. The principals are employees. The people on staff, they're employees. So how can someone teach you something they don't know about themselves? And that's the problem with the school system today, is that they're teaching everyone, number one, to become in debt, and they're teaching you to become an employee. They are. They train you. They teach you to be a skill, and they say, well, go to college, get yourself a degree, and go out and find a job. They're teaching you to be an employee. But the craziest thing about it is that the jobs they're telling you to go out there and get are owned by entrepreneurs. And if you check their background, most of them don't even have 4-year college degrees themselves. Now, isn't that a paradigm? Isn't that just like, whoa, light bulb just come on? The person that I'm going to work for, the person that I just got in debt $100,000 with this student loan, the person who I'm trying to go work for, and I hope he'll pay me 75 grand a year, or 50 grand a year, or 100 grand a year, whatever it might be, hoping that he'll pay me that amount, is actually an entrepreneur himself. But I've been taught that this is what I need to do to be successful in America. I've been taught that I need to go find a job, be there 30, 40 years, and get a pension check, get a retirement check. You know, that comes from the old industrial age. You know, so how a lot of our grandparents grew up. Not slighting them, because see, our parents and our grandparents only taught us what they knew and what they had available, even though there were entrepreneurs in their day as well. Rockefeller and Carnegie and a whole lot of others, Charles Schwab and a ton of others in that day. But majority of them only could teach us what they knew. You know, we live in an age now where there's so much opportunity where there really is no excuse. You know, those days they had to work a job and had to stick with a job. It's just like my parents, they don't understand what I do. You know, I work from home. I got a couple different businesses working from home, you know, and they don't understand that, you know, that I have ups and downs when I was trying to get this thing going. You know, when I lost my sales job a year and a half ago, first thing they told me, well, Chris, you good at computer programming, go out and get a job. Or I seen what you can do with this here, go out there and get a job. Even my friends. But all my friends, even though they had good intentions, even my parents, they had good intentions, all of them were employees. There was no one in my family who has ever been an entrepreneur. I was the first person ever to start their own company when I started my music production company back in '98. When I released a CD, that was a huge accomplishment, because it was like, wow, someone in our family actually did something outside of the box. They released their own CDs. They started their own this. They got into this, you know. And then I got into, if you watch another video, you see more of my story. But I got into real estate investing and, you know, now doing internet marketing, training, and consulting, and affiliate marketing, and different, you know, home-based businesses, things like that right now. But they don't understand what I do. And so when the lean times will come, when the lean times hit, when I say, just trust me, I'm working it. You know, no business, you don't make $1 million overnight in no business. And now I always say, I would rather fail, and I have failed in businesses. I failed in other companies. I failed doing stuff on my own, where I almost even had some conflict with my wife, you know, with the marriage. But I would rather take that risk and fail and following my dream and doing something than to go work for somebody else my whole life and be miserable and always live a life with regrets. My mentor, who I hired when I started my real estate investment company, he taught me that. And he said, live life with no regrets. So the schools are not teaching us to be an entrepreneur. Like I said, they're teaching us to be employees. But it's not their fault. And it is their fault. Because if all they hire is the teachers are employees, how can they teach you something you don't know? So these are some areas where the school system is failing, and then they look at the economy in the U.S. Where the economy in the U.S. is dictated by the entrepreneurs, the investors, the small business owners, the business owners. We dictate the economy, and we bless many more people by giving them opportunities to make money on their own, by giving people jobs and creating jobs for people. That's what we do. But the problem is that the schools are not teaching. They're not teaching you to be an entrepreneur. But, I mean, just look at the facts. All your big-time multi-millionaires, billionaires out there, I would say 85-90% of them do not have college degrees. They make their money in real estate investing or some other form of investing, oil investing, business ownership, you know, some type of home-based business or network marketing or affiliate marketing or a business. It was an entrepreneurship. It was an investor. It was investing in things. Most people, what they do, is that they drop, the ones who are successful drop out of college. Because they go to college for a year and they're like, man, this ain't for me. This is not what I want to do. I mean, look at Michael Dell and Dell Computers and Gates and Jobs. I mean, all these people here that entrepreneurs do not have college degrees. I mean, look at your guy, dropped out of, Facebook. I mean, it's all around us, y'all. And so, but what happens is that when you're dealing with the school system, the school is creating you to be an employee. I'll put this in red. So, the school wants you to be training you to be an employee. That's what they're training you to be, an employee. They're training you to go to work for someone else the rest of your life. They're training you that once you get laid off of this job, hey, put in another resume at Monster.com and go work for somebody else. And then get laid off there 5 years later. Hey, then go do the same thing, put your resume again at CareerBuilder.com and go work for somebody else right there too. And so what happens is that you get conditioned to think that's the only way to make money is by working for somebody. So what happens is this. People go and work a job, they realize they ain't making enough money, but they ain't got enough time. They're working 10 hours a day and they still barely making ends meet. And they know they need some more income. But what's the first thing that they do? They go to Craigslist, they go to Monster.com, they go to CareerBuilder.com and look for a second job. Even though because that's all they know. That's all they've been taught to do. The only way they know how to make money is by working for somebody else. It's by looking for a job. When they could easily do what they really want to do is spend more time at home with their family, do something more enjoyable, and trade their time for money a lot better, and start your home-based business model through affiliate marketing, network marketing, or whatever it might be. Or real estate investing. I mean, I teach people how to make money in real estate with no cash and no credit. Just like I can teach you how to be successful online as an affiliate marketer. I mean, so that's what they really would want to do. But when they see something, they take that average person mindset, or what we call the poverty mindset. I talk about that in a whole another video. And they take that school mindset that, no, the only way I can make money is by getting a job. And so that cripples them. And that's why that's why I'm saying, that's why the school has failed us, because the school has not taught us to be entrepreneurs. They have not taught us to be investors. And so what we have to do, we have to be retaught things. When we want to step out into this new arena, when we want to get out of our box, we got to hire new mentors. We got to invest in new education because we got to be retaught new things. How many people you know? This is a classic example that went to college, got a degree in one field, and less than 5 years later, they're not even working in that field. That's the majority of people that go to college. And I went to college. I didn't finish a 4-year degree, but I finished up computer programming. I finished up my music production certification and stuff like that. But how many people you know then dropped $100 grand and now they in debt to that for the next 15 years, and they're in their third or fourth different career path right now? What they went to school for, they're not even doing, nowhere near doing it. That's where the school system is failing us, because the school system is not trying to find out what exactly you want to do. It's a big money-making system for them. Colleges and universities make a gang of money off of people that enroll at their college. And they can care less if you finish or not. They can care less if you get a job or not. So, that's where the school system is failing us, y'all. The schools need to let entrepreneurs and investors come in there and teach a class. Teach a financial intelligence class. There will be less people in debt, less people in credit card debt, less people losing their houses to foreclosure. I mean, all kinds of less and less things that be taking place instead of doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. You already know what that definition is: insanity. So, that's the problem with the school systems. That's what I wanted to stress for y'all today. Y'all can see how passionate I am about that, because, I mean, I'm just passionate about that topic. Because I learned it the hard way. I had to get my mindset changed. I had to re-educate myself with a lot of different mentors, a lot of different books, a lot of different audios. And I realized that it's more of a risk to keep following that pattern of life and be miserable, or even doing something that you may like to do, but you don't want to be there all day long. It's more of a risk to keep doing the same thing over, same mundane thing over and over and over and over again every day, than to never attempt to step outside your box. That's taking more of a risk than it is to do any investment, than to start any business, than to take advantage of anything out there that you're not familiar with. That's more of a risk to keep doing the same thing over and over, and you have no one else to blame but yourself now, because the school's only teaching what they know how to teach in their particular system. That's what they're being paid to do, is teach a certain way to create more employees. That's why you're here at this video right now, because you want to get outside your box. You want to learn something new. You want to change. You want to be able to spend more time doing the things that you love to do. If you're like, well, if I can work 2 hours and I can make what I'm making now for my job, heck yeah, I do it. Heck yeah, I quit. But most of you are scared to quit, because you believe there's job security out there in the market, even though you watch the news every single day, even though you see on the paper every single day, some major corporations laying off 5,000 people here, 10,000 people here, 15,000 people. Even though you see this happening all around you, you still walk with your blinders on. You still go to work with your blinders on, believing that this job going to be here for you for the next 10 to 15 years, when it's a business to the ones who own it. It's a business. And if they're making less money than what they're bringing in, your salary right now is an expense to them, and they got to cut your salary. They can care less about your family, about the bills you got to pay, about your mortgage you got to pay, about your car payments you got to pay. They don't care about that. Bottom line, they care about their business. And you can't get mad at them, because it's a business. They're the entrepreneurs. They're watching the numbers. So what are you going to do to put yourself in that position? What are you going to do to try to not to put yourself in that position? Where if that were to happen, you got something else you can fall back on, that you can run with. That you say, hey, actually, you guys just freed me up. Because you know what? You laid me off. Now I'm about to collect unemployment for the next 6 months. And I'm about to go 100 miles per hour with my home-based business now. Because I hooked up with somebody like Christopher Harrell at workwithchrisharrell.com or getcashmoneyfromhome.com. Yeah, that's the plug. I hooked up with somebody like this guy here who's been where I've been. He's had jobs. He's lost jobs. He's been fired from jobs. He's been through a foreclosure. He's been through bad credit a couple times. He started businesses that failed. He did different things that failed, but he's still here today to say, hey, I'm gonna keep this thing moving. I'm gonna keep this thing going. Cause why? I know what's in my heart. I know what's in my heart. I know the fire and desire I have to succeed, and the desire I want to help others people out there. Cause I know y'all out there just like me. And you might need somebody to pull you up. Now I'm not gonna beg nobody to run with me. I'm not going to beg anybody to get involved with what we're doing. But if you see yourself and you're ready to make that change, you say, hey, man, I might be interested in getting started in real estate investing. I might be interested in starting my home-based business or my affiliate marketing business. I might be interested in making some more income while I do my music thing here. I might be interested in making some more income while I keep my job. But you can show me how I can make more money and it won't interfere with what I'm doing, but actually free up what I'm doing, where I might end up quitting my job 6 months from now. That's what I can do for you. I can help you out. You can be in ministry. I'm a minister myself. You can be in ministry and say, hey, I need to make some more money so maybe I can I can have more. I can bless other people. That's the whole point of getting money, y'all. You don't get money to spend it on yourself. You get money so you can bless the lives of others. That's why it's so great that what I know and what I'm involved with is that I can bless the lives of others and those around you. You can't help nobody being broke. I've been broke and it sucks. Now I learned from it. God been teaching me some lessons from it. But you can't help nobody when you're broke. You can't help nobody when you're broke. You can give them encouraging words and say, hey man, I'm praying for you, and go about your way. But how would you like to feel that there's somebody in your family right now that's struggling? Like your parents. Like my parents right now in their early 60s. Wouldn't it be great for you to be able to say, hey mom, hey dad, don't even trip out working no more. I got y'all. Tell that, go into that job tomorrow and say, hey, we're good. How would that make you feel to be able to do that, to pay off all your debt? And you want to buy a new car, and you go buy it with cash. instead of getting car payments? How did that make you feel? How did it make you feel that, you know, you want to be at your kid's play, or sometimes he or she has something going on at school at 10 o'clock in the morning, and you don't have to call anybody to get permission to go. You can say, hey, I'm going to be there. How did it make you feel? So, those things are reality to a lot of people, y'all. Those things are reality to a lot of people. And I can help you get there, but you got to take that action. So, I'm about to end this video right now. Kind of went too long with my ranting and stuff, but I'm just passionate about that, y'all. And we need to get these school systems to teach financial education. That includes investing, starting a business, entrepreneurship. Things these need to be taught at the public school level. I'm not talking about once you leave school and you go to these other business schools. I'm talking about at the public school level, because all they teach you from kindergarten all up to grade 12 is to be an employee. Once you go to college, they teach you to be an employee. And the only way you can learn these things outside is getting outside your box, is networking with those people who are doing those things, and breaking that mindset mode that you've been conditioned to think one type of way, because that's all you know, because that's all they can teach you, because that's all they have in place. So you guys make comments here on the video. Let me know what you thought. Y'all go check out my blog at nowandforever100.com. Nowandforever, the numbers 100.com. Check out that. And if you guys, interested in anything I can offer you, you can go to my website at workwithchrisharrell.com or getcashmoneyfromhome.com. And if you're interested in doing some real estate investing, go to expertpropertysolutions.llc.com and click on that Learn to Invest link. But yeah, if you're interested in starting something right now, making some extra money, getting your business going from home, being involved with a team of entrepreneurs who are all similar backgrounds, we can relate to whatever you're going through, and you're serious about making a change, I need you to go to workwithchrisharrell.com right now and put your information, or getcashmoneyfromhome.com right now, and I'll see you on the other side. God bless.